السلام عليكم، أهلين، كيف حالكم؟ أم، طبعا احنا بننتظر الدكتور مارتن، أو دكتور 6 حسب ما يسمي نفسه. آه، تعرف الوقت بيناتنا وبينه تقريبا 7 ساعات. احنا مرتبين إن نكون مع بعض على الساعة 10. فإن شاء الله I'm gonna start. حأبدأ، وإن شاء الله لما هو يجوين I'll let him join us معانا إن شاء الله. آه، طبعا زي ما انتم عارفين هذا دكتور جليدان. آه، درست جزء من عمليات التجميل أو اختصاص جراحات التجميل في كندا، في مدينة تسمى وينيبيغ. هي المدينة اللي تعرفت فيها على الدكتور مارتن. مارتن كان أكبر مني بسنة، واشتغلنا مع بعض لمدة 4 سنوات. فهي a very close friend. طبعا تواصلت معه، وكان يرحب موضوع انه يسوي اللايف معي اليوم عن عمليات التجميل في السعودية وعمليات التجميل هناك في كندا. فهستنى لين يدخل، طبعا عبال ما يجي او هي جوين هتكلم انا شوية، واذا حابين عندكم اسئلة ممكن اجاوب عليها. طبعا كلكم عارفين موضوع عمليات التجميل هذه الايام. Arabic questions I'm gonna translate بسبب ان شاء الله الجائحة حقت الكورونا، وان شاء الله تعدي على خير يا رب. فمعظمنا كجراحين تجميل ما بنسوي عمليات، بناخذ شوية استشارات عن طريق الفيرتشوال، زي الزوم والمسجات، وناس بيرسلوا لنا مسجات او بيرسلوا لنا صور عن طريق الانستغرام. فانا موجود لو احد حابب يرسل اي صور او استشارات، ما عندنا مانع. الين ان شاء الله ربنا يعدي الامور على خير وترجع الامور زي ما كانت اول باذن الله. طبعا يعني اهم حاجة انه كل واحد stay safe. حاولوا انه موضوع stay home هذا مرة مهم. انا بصفتي دكتور بروح المستشفى كذا مرة، وصراحة بشوف في الشوارع مرة زحمة. يعني انا ذاك اليوم كنت في طريق الملك عبد العزيز، ولقيت الخط سبحان الله واقف، يعني زي ايام الدوام العادية. فنصيحتي للجميع انه stay safe stay home. watch your hands، لا تطلعوا الا للضرورة مرة. يعني موضوع السوبر ماركت ما السوبر ماركت، والتطبيقات موجودة. فهذا نصائحتي لكم ان شاء الله. طبعا جاء سؤال، في واحدة بتسأل عن موضوع عمليات ترميم الثدي. طبعا عمليات ترميم الثدي يعني موضوع كبير جدا. باختصار نقسمه لنوعين. الناس اللي نسوي لهم العمليات مع عملية استئصال الثدي تسميه ترميم على طول، وفي الترميم المتأخر اللي نسويه بعد 6 شهور إلى سنة بعد ما تستقر حالة الشخص من عملية استئصال الثدي. وطبعا عندنا نوعين، في الترميم بالأنسجة الذاتية اللي هو ناخذه من نفس الجسم، أو عن طريق الموسع والحشوات السيليكون. طبعا كل واحدة ليها indications، وكل واحدة ليها متطلبات. أعتقد دكتور مارتن جوينت، فخليني بس أقبله عشان يخش معنا. مكتوب waiting for a reply.
Hey guys, hi Adnan.
Hey Martin, how are you?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I started 10 minutes ago.
Okay.
I was telling people that we worked together in Winnipeg, Canada.
Yep.
For 4 years, you were my senior. I'm gonna try a little bit to translate in Arabic so people understand. And see if people have Arabic questions. I'm gonna translate to you in English so you can answer them.
Awesome. And by the way, hello everybody. Hello Saudi from Canada.
Okay guys, so this is Dr. Martin Jugenberg, or what he's known to be Dr. 6. الدكتور مارتن
Dr. Six.
أو معروف اسمه دكتور 6. Martin is one of the most pioneer in cosmetic surgery in Toronto, Canada. طبعا هو من الجراحين المشاهير في تورونتو. ما شاء الله his name speaks highly about him. I think a lot of the people convert to English, Martin, so I think you can read the messages.
I do. Lots of hellos.
So Martin, can you give us just a brief two-liners about yourself?
So I am a plastic reconstructive surgeon here in Toronto. Now I pretty much focus 100% on cosmetic surgery. Probably last, I think, 5 years or so. That's all I've been doing. I do mostly body work. I do breast, tummy. I do a lot of BBLs, liposuctions, but I also do lots of facelifts. Now, we do a lot of stuff that you kind of see on social media. So a lot of people know me from social media, Snapchat and Instagram. And what I try to do is show people the real face of plastic surgery. Like the name is realdrsix, and originally we kind of came with it as to protect my name from all the copycats, but really what it became now is real, as in we're trying to show real plastic surgery. I show people's consultations. I explain what the problem is. I explain what the potential solution will be. And when we have the surgery, as I go through the surgical process, I don't only show the before and afters and say, hey, look how beautiful it is, but we show what exactly takes place, and I explain why I do things and how I do them, and I stress the limitations, because I found the biggest thing is the confusion and myths people have. They don't understand plastic surgery. They think it's something magical, and then they would get upset if you tell them that, this is not realistic. But I saw this on Instagram. There's this model that has this amazing results, that I always have to kind of keep it real, keeping real and and explain to patients what is and what is not possible. And then also we show people after surgery. We show people follow-ups. I snap the visits when patients come back so people can see what things look like, which is not always pretty. Like right after surgery, people are bruised, swollen. They look like a horror show. I talk about something called Frankenbooms, when implants are sitting really high up and it's like freaky. And the point is to show people that things look scary, but hang on, wait. If you wait a little bit, things settle down, and they'll come down, and they look normal. So again, I like to think of myself as real plastic surgery as compared to reality TV. There's all kinds of plastic surgery shows out there, like Botched and Dr. 90210s, everything else. These are reality TV shows. They cherry pick particular cases. They usually make them dramatic and sensational. They don't show you the whole process. They just show you quickly before and after. We really get you to understand what's going on, and I think that's sort of the secret behind.
Do lipo-abdominoplasty or pure abdominoplasty as part of body contouring. So I think we're almost in the same page. Regarding breast augmentation, it is a requested procedure here, but not as common as what I see you put in your Instagram. I think you have a day or 2 days of just pure breast augmentation.
Yeah, I do like 400 breast augmentations a year or so.
Wow. For me, like if I reach 25 a year, that will be like a high number. مرة ثانية دكتور مارتن كان بيقول زي ما قلت لكم موضوع الليبو سكشن أو شفط الدهون مع حقن الدهون وعملية تكبير الصدر. هو بيقول تقريبا بيسوي في السنة يمكن 400 عملية تكبير صدر، وبرضه ما يقاربها من عمليات شفط الدهون.
Just out of curiosity, do you have a BMI cutoff when you're liposuction tummy tuck patients and BBL patients, or is there no BMI cutoff that you use?
Oh, like when I first finished my residency and fellowship and started practice, I was trying to become ideal. And I was going to say, you know what, if you're anything above 30, I will not do any liposuction abdominoplasty for you. Then you come to reality and you realize that most of the patients that come to the clinic are above 30. So if I kept saying no, they're probably going to go to somebody else. So now if somebody is really, really healthy and I think he's a candidate and he will have good results with realistic expectations, I would accept like 30, 34 BMIs.
This is the problem that I face, is that people that have a high BMI, I find no matter how hard you try to explain to them, their expectations are not realistic. They just don't get it. They don't understand that you can't suck them out and take a BMI of 30, 35 and make them look like their BMI of 20. So how do you manage expectations, and do you find that patients are happy when you do a liposuction on someone over 30? 35, and do they have loose skin or any concerns?
For me, as you know, in Saudi, it's very common that you got a lady who's like in her late 30s, early 40s, and she had 5 to 6 babies. So she has a very bad abdominal muscles. She has stretch marks. She had skin laxity. So it's very easy to convince them that liposuction is not the surgery for you. So either you're gonna go with the abdominoplasty with full muscle plication, or we're just gonna get bad results, or I say you're not a candidate. And then I show them. Especially I explain to them when they're standing, showing them the bulge in their abdomen. So I show her, like, if I do an abdominoplasty for someone with high BMI, because there's a lot of intra-abdominal fat, I
Yeah.
push a little bit of her abdomen and show her that I can improve this by 30 to 40% by my plication. But if you lose this fat and you come flat, I can push even harder and give you a very flat abdomen, or what I call it, an abdomen stuck to your back.
Okay.
So they understand. And if they agree on this, I do the surgery. But if she's really has intra-abdominal fat that's very high, and I show her this and she's not happy, I say you're not a candidate for the surgery.
So are you able to convert your patients into bariatric patients and then have them come back for body contouring? Like what would you say is your percent? What proportion of your patients understands the need to bring their BMI down and would do something about it? Or they just want to have
They
a tummy
all
tuck?
agree on it. They all agree on it, and I tell them I need to see you back in 3 months, and I have to see the number comes down. A lot of them go in 3 months and they come back and the weight is the same or even higher. So I tell them you're not a candidate. You have to go to bariatric surgery. But anyone that comes to me with a BMI over 37 and she's not willing to start dieting or do exercise, then I refer her to bariatric surgery immediately.
Okay.
I think there's someone asking Martin about BBL and implants. Do you do a lot of implants or just pure fat?
If you ask about butt implants, I used to do butt implants. I like the surgery. I think it's a great surgery, but I've stopped doing it because I just found that the post-op care was very difficult, and it really requires patients to really cooperate with you and follow the post-op instructions. And if they don't, they develop complications, specifically wound dehiscence. The incision can break open. It's a very sensitive area. And I've just had too many patients that just were not following instructions. And, it's not really my fault, but I was the one losing any sleep over it. I'm like, you know what? I really don't want to be getting stressed out over these people that are not able to follow instructions. And I just stopped doing butt implants. So now I do just fat Brazilian butt lifts. It's a great surgery. It's a tough surgery. It takes a long time. It's quite a workout. If you guys watch my snaps, you see me sweating in there for 2.5 hours just working hard. But it allows me to shape the butt, and once it heals forever. So the nice thing about using your own fat is that when it's healed, you're done. Implants have a lifetime risk of complications such as infection or capsular contracture or displacement.
طبعا المتابعين، سألت دكتور مارتن على موضوع الحشوات السيليكون للأرداف. دكتور مارتن يقول انه يعني حب العملية هذه سواها في البداية حقت حياته العملية، بس بسبب المضاعفات اللي بيشوفها، موضوع الالتهاب حق الجرح، فتح الجرح، الحشوة تبان، فصار له سنتين دحين ما بيسويها. اتجه تماما الى عمليات شفط الدهون الكامل. صح، بيقول انه بيتعب كثير في شفط الدهون، لكن بينحت المكان مره كويس، وبيحط كميه الدهون اللي يلاقيها في منطقه الارداف عشان يسوي عمليه البي بي ال او تكبير الارداف البرازيلي. Martin, what do you do in the cases when there is no fat? Like, do you tell people, like, you get this patient who comes to you BMI of 24 or 25, not that much fat, and you tell them go to McDonald's, just eat few burgers for the coming 2 weeks. So what do you do?
In a completely different world. For me, 24 is awesome. Perfect. That's a lot of fat. I would prefer all my patients
Really?
25 and lower. So when you started asking me the question, I thought you were going to say, what do you do about people that have BMI of 20? That's a tough one. BMI of 24 is easy. BMI of 24 is somebody who always has enough fat that we can do a good BBL. I would say anybody with BMI of over 23 does not have sufficient amount. I can always get enough fat to do a good BBL. I can always do at least 1,000 cc's for butt cheek. Below 22 it becomes a little more difficult. I've done some what I would call skinny BBLs. These are 22 or less. I've done 20. I may have done maybe like a 19. And these are people that are really, really skinny, don't have a lot of fat, but are lucky in that they have little fat deposits, usually in their love handles, a little bit on their belly, and I can take this. Now, I explain that a skinny BBL is not really about butt augmentation, but it's more about body contouring. So we try to give them
Yeah.
nicer curves. No, you don't expect to have a bigger body. You know, full that you'll fit into your pants better, but it'll be about curves, not about volume.
Uh, do you take fat from somewhere else? Like they tell you take from the thighs, take from my arms, take from my back?
I really hate doing that. If I have to, I would, but I really hate going all these other areas. And the reason for that is for sterility purposes. I like to stay in the abdomen and love handles. When you drape a patient, that area can be nice and clean. Once you start going to the groin area, you start getting concerned about potential contamination, and contamination is a big, big thing with Brazilian butt lifts. Because if you take this fat graft and it becomes contaminated, it's just pure bacterial medium. It can potentially blow up into fascia. Necrotizing fasciitis, scary stuff. Don't want to go there. So I like to focus myself on tummy and love handles. Now, if people do ask to additional areas, what I do is I collect the fat from the abdomen and love handles first, keep it separate, and then obtain fat from the thighs, maybe the neck, maybe the arms, whatever else. But this is as a separate thing, so it doesn't cross-contaminate to my fat, which I
Okay.
protect and preserve for the fat transfer.
So what is your usual range like for lipofilling? What was your lowest? What was your highest numbers?
When I started out, probably like 300, and the patient came back and complained there was no difference. I'm like, I tried, but I've evolved. I would say a typical patient these days will get about a 900 to 1,000 cc's. That's my average. A skinny BBL will be between 500 to 600 per butt cheek, and larger patients, the biggest one I've ever done was 1,800 per butt cheek. And there are people out there that do, there's a doctor in the States that's known for doing like 2.4 liters and everything. But understand, one, his fat is very liquid, so there's a lot of water, and two, he does the butt and the thighs. So really the amount of volume that's going into the butt, I would guesstimate, really ends up being similar to the 1,000 cc's that I do.
Is that Delvecchio, right?
Yes.
I saw his
big
videos,
volumes,
I
yes.
saw his presentations a few times.
Yeah, he does a great work. It's a little bit of a different style, different market view. We all do things a little bit differently. Nothing wrong with what he does. He's well known for what he does. I do things a little bit differently.
Yeah. What about your technique? Like when you do the BBL, like you start first by fixing the dimples and give the curve, then you do the augmentation or the opposite?
No, I don't worry about dimples. Dimples are very difficult to correct. I just add volume, and I try to add volume strategically. I'm trying to create a curve. Um, One thing I always try to explain to my patients is understand a few concepts. One, fat is like jelly. It's like jello. When you inject fat into the butt, it's a soft substance that's going to fill the butt space and fill it in any way it wants. It kind of goes where it wants to go. Soft fat jelly is not going to stretch out tight skin. So if you have tight skin, zones of adhesions, fat is not going to stretch it out. Second thing is, again, you have zones of adhesions and little dimples. These are not areas where there's lack of fat. There's a reason why the skin kind of gets pulled in, because there are little ligaments that are holding the skin to the deeper layers. And unless you cut these ligaments, the skin is not going to pop out. Some people do this. I've done this before. I've stopped doing it because it can lead to a complication called a blowout. A BBL blowout is a horrible complication. It's not a medical complication. It's a cosmetic complication, not a medical complication, but it looks horrible and it's extremely difficult to correct. I had the misfortune of having a couple of those happen to me, and I'm trying to manage them and fix them to this day. It's been a couple of years, and I'm slowly, helping patients get through it. I'm fixing it. It is a nightmare. I'd rather have had depressed dimple than a blowout at any day.
طبعا المتابعين دكتور مارتن سألته على موضوع تكبير الأرداف البرازيلي. وبيقول هو دائما يعني أي شخص يكون كتلة الجسم حقته من 34 وفوق يكون مهيئ إنه ياخذ العملية هذه. يسوي شفط كامل لمنطقة البطن والخواصر ومنطقة اللف هاندلز اللي هي من وراء أسفل الظهر. ينحت المنطقة كويسة، بعدين يسوي حقن للمكان كامل. الرينج حقه تقريبا من 400 500 وصل إلى تقريبا 1000 1500 في بعض الحالات، ومعظم الناس يعني يكونوا راضين تماما. برضو قال في مشكلة في موضوع الندبات أو الخفسات الموجودة في الأفخاذ، إنه حتى علاجها يكون صعب. بيحاول لازم يفك الأربطة اللي موجودة ويسوي حقن عشان تعدل المشكلة هذه.
And you were also asking about dimples.
آه
So dimples, I would do that either at the end of the procedure or come back at a later stage once they fully heal. Because to treat dimples, what I do is I use like an 18 gauge needle and do a little tenotomies, just get underneath the skin, and you feel the little ligaments that are holding it down. Try to cut them to allow the skin to pop up. Um,
Okay.
but I prefer to do this as a secondary procedure later on, just that I don't want to create multiple little openings through which potential contamination bacteria can go in and infect my fat graft.
Okay, that's good. What about the smallest BBL you've done?
A skinny BBL would be probably on a smaller patient, maybe like, well, recently would be like 500. Like I said, when I started out, a skinny patient, I do like 300 cc's, but that if you do 300 cc's, that's just a complete waste of time. That if you think about it, with a 50% fat survival, that's 150 cc's, which on a larger butt or whatever butt size just kind of disappears. It's almost invisible. So these days, if I do a skinny BBL, I aim to get at least 500 cc's per butt cheek.
And what was your highest BMI patient that you've done a cosmetic procedure on? Like, what is your limit?
Many years ago, I really didn't have a limit. I went by overall health. I've done a paniculectomy on a patient who was about 500 pounds. And this was the paniculectomy, for those of you guys that don't know, it's not a tummy tuck. People often confuse it. This patient had a humongous abdominal skin flap, and she refused to get a weight loss procedure. And I just felt sorry for her because it really interfered with her ability to walk and function. So I agreed to chop it off. That's what a paniculectomy is. I did this with Quinn Shivers was helping me in the OR at the hospital. And the OR, we had to use our arm table to support the flap, and the arm table bent under the weight of this thing. So that's, I've done those. To do a good BB.
Start first by fixing the dimples and
Recently would be like 500. Like I said, when I started out, a skinny patient, I do like 300 cc's, but that if you do 300 cc's, that's just a complete waste of time. That if you think about it, with a 50% fat survival, that's 150 cc's, which on a larger butt or whatever butt size just kind of disappears. It's almost invisible. So these days, if I do a skinny BBL, I aim to get at least 500 cc's per butt cheek.
And what was your highest BMI patient that you've done a cosmetic procedure on? Like, what is your limit?
Many years ago, I really didn't have a limit. I went by overall health. I've done a paniculectomy on a patient who was about 500 pounds. And this was the paniculectomy, for those of you guys that don't know, it's not a tummy tuck.
Try to start
Good BB.
Start first.
Maybe like, well, recently would be like 500. Like I said, when I started out, a skinny patient, I do like 300 cc's, but that if you do 300 cc's, that's just a complete waste of time. That if you think about it, with a 50% fat survival, that's 150 cc's, which on a larger butt or whatever butt size just kind of disappears. It's almost invisible. So these days, if I do a skinny BBL, I aim to get at least 500 cc's per butt cheek.
And what was your highest BMI patient that you've done a cosmetic procedure on? Like, what is your limit?
Many years ago, I really didn't have a limit. I went by overall health. I've done a paniculectomy on a patient who was about 500 pounds. And this was the paniculectomy, for those of you guys that don't know, it's not a tummy tuck. People often confuse it. This patient had a humongous abdominal skin flap, and she refused to get a weight loss procedure. And I just felt sorry for her because it really interfered with her ability to walk and function. So I agreed to chop it off. That's what a paniculectomy is. I did this with Quinn Shivers was helping me in the OR at the hospital. And the OR, we had to use our arm table to support the flap, and the arm table bent under the weight of this thing. So That's, I've done those never again. But in general, in terms of purely cosmetic procedures, I would have done tummy tucks or liposuctions on patients probably in 35, maybe over 35, high 35s, but never over 40. This was a long time ago. I've changed this anymore. Now my limit is 30, and it's absolute. There's no exceptions to this. If you have BMI over 30, I will not even bring in for a consultation. The reason I was able to do this in the past is because I was working in a hospital where I had the facilities to potentially manage a patient, admit them to the hospital, and care for them. Now that I'm in a private facility, I don't have that. I don't want to take the risk that a patient may need to be admitted to the hospital, and to mitigate potential risks, we are absolutely strict about a BMI of 30. Anything over 30, you cannot come in for a consultation. Like people that contact us, that will tell them you have to lose weight before we even see you.
So your cut off line now is 30, BMI of 30.
Correct.
Hmm. Honestly, now my BMI cutoff is 35. 33, I would accept with no problems. 35, I have to show that this person is really having realistic expectations. One time I had this lady, she was a teacher. Her BMI was used
heparin, you did ultrasounds before you discharge them from home. These are things that I'm not able to do in a private facility. In a private facility, we will not be putting people on heparin drips. We won't be putting them on, we won't be doing ultrasounds on them. For patient safety, if somebody cannot absolutely lose weight and they are desperate to get something done, you're looking for a hospital-based surgeon. But again, I would advise anybody, please lose the weight. Now, in North America, the overall BMI tends to be lower than Middle East. So understand, when I go to Kuwait, I'm facing the same kind of situations. Patients are just morbidly obese, and there's really very little likelihood that are going to go ahead and lose the weight. Now, there are people that I see that have lost the weight and have bariatric surgery, and now they're great candidates for body contouring. And there's people who simply will not consider bariatric surgery, and you're stuck. And it's either you can try to help them or nothing can be done.
طبعا دكتور مارتن بيقول انه هو يشتغل في عياده، فما عنده موضوع تمريم المرضى في المستشفى. عشان كده ما يسوي عمليات تجميل لشخص كتلة وزنه اكثر من 30. اذا يحتاج تمرين في المستشفى فحيودي المريض هذا المستشفى ويوديه دكتور ثاني يسوي له عمليه في مكان مهيأ انه يسوي له عمليات للناس هذه. And also, Martin, regarding what is your time limit for any surgery? Like if somebody comes ask for a truncoplasty and a breast lift, would you do that, or you have limitation with OR time?
I'd like to keep my surgeries under 4 hours. Sometimes I go up to 6, but I won't do more. So, somebody wants complete body makeover, it's just safer to break it up. It's safer to do surgery in stages, because if you have a prolonged surgery, your risk of infection goes up, risk of DVT, pulmonary embolisms goes up, potential for infections as a result of medical errors goes up, because after 6 hours of continuous surgery, the surgeon just becomes tired. Like doing 6 1-hour cases is a lot easier than doing 1 6-hour case. And for that reason, it's been shown that I think 4 hours is the cutoff that people have shown that the potential for complications kind of starts increasing significantly.
طبعا سأل دكتور مارتن عن موضوع العمليات ايش اللي يسويها مع بعض، فهو كان بيحبذ انه اي عمليه جراحيه يسويها تكون فقط 4 ساعات، فما يسوي عمليات مثلا حزام صدر او حزام مع تجميل انف او حاجه ثانيه. اهم شيء يكون وقت العمليه يكون فقط 4 ساعات. Okay, Martin, regarding the pain, like since you're a day surgery based center, what do you give these people for pain? Like, do you inject these morphine pumps in the abdomen after abdominoplasties?
I used to use pain pumps in the past when I worked with Dr. Lista, and I've used them on a very rare occasion in my own clinic, but I've really stopped. I do long-term, long-lasting long-lasting freezing, Americaine, bupivacaine. We don't have the, I forgot what it's called, the one in the States that lasts 3 days.
3 days, yeah, I forgot the name either.
The name escapes right now. We don't have it here, but I don't find it to be a problem. Like my patients are comfortable. They're up and about the next day. They're not, stuck in bed writhing in pain. So I have not had felt the need to be using pain pumps or any IV long-term pain medication.
So do you like, if you feel that they're in pain, would you send them home with some analgesia, then bring them back the next day for more analgesia, or they never need to come back the next day?
In the many years of my practice, I think I've admitted patients to the hospital for pain control maybe once or twice. So it has really hasn't been a problem.
What about using the patches? Do you have the supply for this morphine slow release patches?
I've never used it, no. I'm aware of them, but I've never felt the need to use them, no.
Yeah. For us here, abdominoplasty always need to be done in a hospital base. Like very rare. Like any day surgery center will not allow you even to do an abdominoplasty.
Why is that?
Maybe a mini abdominoplasty because of pain issue. Like I don't know, maybe the pain threshold of the people in Saudi is different. I'm not sure.
I find
But if
when
you
I go
don't
to
have,
Kuwait, I find when I go to Kuwait, people have a much lower pain threshold. Also, I find that anxiety is a big factor. And I don't know how it is in Saudi, but in Kuwait, I'm not able to prescribe my patients either Ativan or gabapentin. And these are two great medications that help with anxiety and with neurogenic pain. I've had one patient who I was trying to prescribe this to, and it was just extremely difficult. For some reason, people felt that these were addictive medications. Uh, so yeah, maybe that's something like anxiety seems to be a big issue I find when I go to Kuwait.
there is this lady said Middle East people are spoiled. Saudi same as Kuwait. Maybe I don't know. I've never operated in Kuwait, so I really don't know. آه، دكتور مارتن بيقول طبعا زي ما قلت لكم انه يمكن موضوع الألم حق المرضى في السعودية يختلف عن المرضى هناك. معظم مرضى ما احتاج رجع أحد للمستشفى إلا مرة أو مرتين، كلهم بيروحوا البيت في نفس اليوم. وبعدين العمليات اللي بيسويها كلها عملية مثلا شط بطن مع عملية تصغير صدر، وبرضه بيروح البيت نفس اليوم. نادرا ما يحتاج يدخلهم مرة ثانية المستشفى.
The other thing we also do is we pre-medicate patients before surgery. So we give them pre-op cocktail to minimize post-op nausea, and also sort of we load them up with a 1 milligram, 1 gram of acetaminophen, just so that it's on board. And then also during anesthesia, the anesthetist gives them medication. And last thing I do, we give them lots of freezing. So I pre-treat all areas with tumescent solution. I like to tumesce my tummy tax. Just one for hemostasis, two, it has epinephrine, and it also has xylocaine and marcaine in it. And then finally we inject marcaine into the muscle, which the muscle is the most painful part, and along the incision. So we do a lot of things to try to minimize post-op pain, and it seems to be working for us.
Do you put drains in abdominoplasty or you stop? Like you do the quilting sutures?
I do quilting. I've been doing that for like 10 years now. I use drains only when I do large liposuction, and it's usually drains not really for tummy tuck. I just put it off to the sides because the flanks have these large open areas.
Mm-hmm. I'm still, I don't know, I'm still hesitant of not putting drains, honestly. Like I put drains for all my abdominoplasties. You remember in our training, we used to put drains for even breast reduction, breast augmentation,
Yeah,
breast lifts.
yeah.
I stopped doing that. Like early in my practice, I was putting drains. Now I don't
If
put drains for any breast unless it's a revision procedure.
if you close off the dead space, then there's no need for a drain.
I don't know. I did not still master the quilting technique. Maybe it needs more practice.
One day when the pandemic is over, you're welcome to come and visit us in Toronto, and I can show you.
Sure, sure. I don't know. Hopefully, inshallah, when Corona outbreak disappear, I'll come and visit to your clinic.
Perfect.
Some people are asking about breast reconstruction.
Hmm.
Do you do any breast reconstruction these days, or you stopped?
I haven't done a breast reconstruction in maybe like 5 years or so. Like I said, when I stopped working in a hospital, the way it works in Canada, breast reconstruction is a government-funded procedure, and the funding is so minimal that if I was to try to do it in my clinic, I would just go bankrupt. So unfortunately, I don't. I would love to. I really love breast reconstruction. It's what I really trained for. I did my post residency fellowship in cancer reconstruction. But unfortunately, with the setup we have here in Canada, I'm now just a cosmetic surgeon.
سألت طبعا دكتور مارتن على موضوع عمليات ترميم الثدي، وطبعا بيقول عشان معظم عمليات ترميم الثدي يغطيها التأمين أو الهيلث تأمين في كندا، فما بيسويها في المركز عنده لأنه ما يغطوها في المراكز هذه، لأنه كمية الدعم حق الدولة محدود جدا، فسوى فقط في المراكز المستشفيات الكبيرة. I have a patient. One of the viewers is asking about brachioplasty. So do you have any tricks? Because honestly, because of the scarring issue in Saudi, like the skin and genes and Fitzpatrick type is different. So they always show. You try your best sometimes, let's do Vaser, let's just do liposuction, especially for people post-pediatric body weight loss. They need the brachioplasty. So are you a fan of putting it like medial or posterior? Or what do you do different?
I like doing the posterior aspect because it's technically easier, but it's a more visible scar. When you have your arms hang down, it's more visible. So I tend to do medial more commonly. It is a bad scar, and I explain to my patients, you need to understand that you trading extra skin for extra scars, and the scar is not going to be pretty. So you really have to hate your arms and be willing to take on the scar. There's the mini arm lift, the one where you put your incision into the armpit. I'm not a big fan of that. I think it's an even worse scar, even though it's a hidden scar, but it just obliterates your armpit, just kind of looks funny. But going back to like regular arm lift, there's no way around it. I tell people it's probably the worst scar because it's very, very thin skin. It just always tends to stretch out and widen. It's very visible. No way around it. That's the price you pay for having smaller, thinner arms.
طبعا سألت دكتور مارتن على موضوع عمليات شد الذراعين اللي سألته عنها للترهلات. طبعا نفس المشكلة، موضوع الندبة حقة الجرح مرة تبين في معظم الناس، عشان بيقول إنه الجرح يكون صغير ويتوسع. طبعا ما له حل، لكن هذا ثمن حيدفعه الشخص عشان ياخذ شكل يد أفضل بالملابس، بس السكار تقريبا أعتقد زيهم زينا حيكون في مشكلة. I think we lost Martin again.
Sorry.
Are you still there?
Yes.
We have another question. Somebody is asking, how long is your buttock fat for BBL is safe for?
Once it heals forever. I tell people it takes about 3 months to see final results. So wait 3 months, and then you have pretty much final results. Now, understand fat doesn't live freely in your body. It's in your fat cells. So these fat cells have now healed and are sitting there. If you gain weight, the fat cells swell up. If you lose weight, they shrink, but the number of fat cells does not change. So once they've healed in place, they're there. Unless someone goes and traumatizes the area in some way, you're good for the rest of your life.
So what's the percentage you give the people, like for fat grafting? You say survival is 50?
50%. I say 50% what I inject is eventually going to go away. I explain why that happens, how it happens. I have patients that for some miraculous reason have like 90% make
wow.
like honestly, like I have no idea what I've done. They look phenomenal. They look like everything survived, but average person 50%.
فسأل دكتور مارتن على موضوع حقن الدهون وقديش تقعد تعيش، فنفس الكلام اللي بنقوله للناس هنا. بيقول تقريبا 50% من الدهون اللي تبقى في الأرداف هتبقى مع الشخص. يقول فيما نادر جدا يكون شخص يقعد معاه 80 إلى 90%. وبيقول إن الدهون اللي تمسك وتعيش خلاص تكبر مع الشخص، تصغر مع الشخص لما يأكل أو ينحف، تمشي معاه مع نفس وزنه. What is your post-op instruction for BBLs?
Do not sit. Do not put pressure on your
For
butt.
how long?
Take it easy. So minimum of 2 weeks, and I tell them the more you wait, the better you will maintain results. So people are really obsessive compulsive about not sitting for a month or more tend to maintain more of their volume than people that go back to sitting earlier.
طبعا سأل دكتور مارتن على موضوع قديش الشخص انه ما يقعد على اردافه بعد عملية تكبير الارداف، ونفس الكلام قال تقريبا اسبوعين الى 3 اسابيع. Take it easy. What about the binders? For how long would you put the binder?
binders to help sort of squeeze out a swelling, minimize bruising. But I found that they tend to get indents rolls that would create contour deformities on patients. So I've stopped using binders. Now I use them only for maybe 24 to 48 hours, and then so make a decision, adjust, and see if the patient is really good with it or if they're not. And then about 2 weeks or so after, I recommend that people go and talk to one of our FAHA specialists, those full body suits, and get fitted for one of those. And that is sort of the idea is that it's seamless or doesn't tend to create the same kind of wrinkles or folds that a binder normally does.
طبعا سأل دكتور ماطع على موضوع المشدات. طبعا هو كان يستخدم مشدات، الحين الفترة الأخيرة بيقول ما يحبذ إنه حتستخدم مشدات وما بيحطها. ولاحظ إنه النتائج.
They found results. So wait 3 months, and then you have pretty much found results. Now, understand fat doesn't live freely in your body; it's in your fat cells. So these fat cells have now healed and are sitting there. If you gain weight, the fat cells swell up. If you lose weight, they shrink, but the number of fat cells does not change. So once they've healed in place, they're there. Unless someone goes and traumatizes the area in some way, you're good for the rest of your life.
So what's the percentage you give the people, like for fat grafting? You say survival is 50?
50%. I say 50% what I inject is eventually going to go away. I explain why that happens, how it happens. I have patients that for some miraculous reason have like 90%.
Wow.
Like honestly, like I have no idea what I've done. They look phenomenal. They look like everything survived, but average person uses Vaser, and he said 80 continuous, 2 maybe 1 ring. So this is like really strong. That's what I use. Now if I want to be a little more gentle, I keep the same settings, but I use a smaller probe. So instead of a big thick probe with 1 or 2 rings, I use a finer probe with 4 to 5 rings, just sort of distribute the energy a little more evenly.
Okay. I don't know. I really didn't read the literature very well, but in the past I used to liposuction first, then I do the Vaser, then I do finish liposuction. And the fat I did at the beginning, I use it for lipofilling. I had this belief that Vaser just damages the fat, so makes the absorption worse.
The problem with what you just said would be that if you go in first and do liposuction, you're sucking out liquid, and liquid absorbs the heat and creates the vibration. So if you were going to go and do Vaser after you've done the liposuction already, you're probably going to be melting fat instead of vibrating it out.
Yeah. And which technique do you use for the lipofilling? I saw you using the machine now. Like
I use the pump. I use Wells Johnson pump. There's many different pumps. The Vaser machine has its own pump, so I just kind of pump it in. And I'm an inpatient surgeon, so I go to the max setting and just like let it flow in fast. And I use a large cannula. I use a 5 millimeter cannula with the belief that bigger cannula means less shear, so less damage to the fat cells.
We have a question. A lady is asking the scarring after lifting procedure. Is it really showing too much or not?
Anytime you have surgery, you will have scars. Some people scar better, some people scar worse. I guess in the Middle East, with slightly darker skin, you have a slightly higher risk of developing hypertrophic scars or hyperpigmented scars. So that's something to think about. And as I tell all my patients, you need to figure out what will bother you more, the thing that you have now or a better body part but with a scar. If the scar is going to bother you, then don't have surgery.
طبعا جواب على سؤالك، الأثر يعني أي عملية جراحية لازم حيبان في مكانها أثر. الأثر هذا في ناس يبان عندهم مرة واضح، في ناس يكون شكله أفضل من ناس غيرهم. فكل واحد يختلف. إذا الشخص يبغى يسوي عملية تجميل وما يبغى سكار، فالعملية التجميل ما حتكون تنفع له أساسا. بعد عملية شد الذراعين سكار طبعا يكون موجود، وزي ما قلت من أول إنه حيكون موجود في الجوانب أو من الخلف ويتحسن مع الوقت بس ما عمره يختفي. How is facing the world of plastic due to Corona? Honestly, in Saudi, I haven't done a surgery since the beginning of March, Martin. It's almost 6 weeks now.
Yeah.
I didn't do any surgery. What about you guys in Toronto?
I think the last surgery was March 16th, and to lay off all our staff, so we're just sitting here waiting for things to reopen.
So same here. Like I think from what I'm seeing, we'll probably be still closing till maybe end of Ramadan, which is another 5 weeks.
Oh wow. Yeah, I imagine. Well, in Ontario, we have a shutdown for 28 more days, so that's the middle of May, and who knows what things will look like now. Now it seems like I think Canada was successful in sort of clamping down on things early. We've leveled up. We haven't had the situation they're having in New York City or Italy or Spain. So things are good. The problem is when people start talking about opening things up, I don't think they understand how this works. Just because we managed to suppress the virus doesn't mean we won. We've limited the spread, but as soon as you open things up, the virus will start spreading again. So
Absolutely.
Until there's a vaccine, it's going to be a very, very different world. There'll be a lot of social distancing. There'll be a lot of limitations. I honestly can't imagine what elective surgery is going to be like in this world, because what are we going to do? Like every patient comes in, we'll have to get a coronavirus check. So people will have to come like hours before surgery, have on the spot check to make sure they're safe to go ahead. I don't know. It's going to be difficult. Like, will we have to obtain a PCR or some sort of a
blood test, like a quick blood test?
Yeah, every clinic will have to do that. We'll have to thoroughly disinfect the entire surface everywhere after each patient. It's going to be a very, very different world.
We have a question saying how long after bariatric surgery would you consider doing lifting procedures or body contouring procedures?
So a patient wants to wait to be stable. You want to come down to your lowest possible weight and stay there for at least 3 months to make sure you're not going back and forth, and then you're safe to go ahead. And people sometimes want to come back and have a consultation, before they reach their final weight. Not good. Come in when you reach your final weight, because your body's going to go through a lot of changes. So if you come in, at a high BMI for a consultation, it's really useless, because you're going to look completely different when you finish losing your weight. So be patient. Wait until you've reached the bottom. Stay there for 3 months, so you're not going to go up and down, and then come and start the process.
فالدكتور مارتن سألناه على موضوع الوزن بعد عمليات التكميم، وقال إنه الشخص لازم يوصل لأقل وزن ويثبت عليه لمدة 3 شهور، بعدين يفكر يسوي عمليات نحت للجسم. Another question we had: what are the contraindications, in your opinion, for breast augmentation?
Contraindications would be someone who's medically unstable, so they have medical conditions that interfere with wound healing, that have a high risk of infections, people that are immunocompromised. Psychological contraindications, people that have unrealistic expectations, or simply want something that is just not possible, or are just overall unstable.
فموضوع العمليات اللي ما يسوي لها عملية تكبير الصدر، زي ما قال، الناس اللي عندهم مشاكل صحية شديدة، الناس اللي عندهم ضعف جهاز المناعي، عندهم بسلم التهابات، أو الشخص اللي متوقع توقعات جدا كبيرة بعد العملية هذه. What is the best age to go for facelift?
It's not an age, it's at a time when you have significant amount of skin laxity. Like I see a lot of patients that are pretty young looking and they want to get a facelift. Was people have lax skin, right? So I could go like this and say, look, there's so much skin laxity that you can do. Can I get a facelift? There's no point, because even though you do a facelift and you pull back on the skin is elastic. Once things settle down, you can be back to the way you were before. So all we really managed is to give you scars and nothing to it. So I'd like to see someone who's got good amount of jowling, good amount of skin laxity coming down, a lot of neck laxity, something that will give you a dramatic, visible result. Now there are people out there that do facelifts on people in their 40s, which I think is really just silly. There's no real benefit to it. In my opinion, it's a short-term benefit. So I like to see somebody where I know I can make a dramatic result. I want to be happy when I see these before and after pictures. I don't want to just be, operating because the patient asked to have surgery.
طبعا سألنا على موضوع عمر عمليات شد الوجه، فهو بيقول في الفترة اللي يكون فيها ترهل واضح في الوجه تسوي العملية، يعني ما يكون لناس أقل من عمرهم 40 سنة. Is family history of breast cancer a contraindication for breast augmentation?
It is not, but if somebody has significant family history, they should get checked out. Make sure that they're low risk. You may just have the odd breast cancer in your family. You're not at risk, so that's fine. Or if you're at high risk, if you have BRCA positive, or there's any other indicators that you're at high risk of having breast cancer, then maybe consider not getting breast implants, or potentially consider having prophylactic mastectomy and reconstruction with implants.
طبعا سألنا عن موضوع إذا الشخص كان عنده في العائلة أحد عنده أورام في الثدي، فقال طبعا ما هي يمنع أن يسوي العملية، لكن لازم يتأكد إنه الجين ما هو موجود اللي هو البي BRCA 1 and BRCA 2. Can you do tummy tuck and BBL at the same time?
You can. There are people that do that. I don't do it myself because then the question is, how will you sleep? How will you recover? After BBL, you need to sleep on your stomach. After tummy tuck, you need to sleep on your back. So which one of those two procedures do you want to compromise in your recovery? Now, there are people that do these together and have people sleep on the side, but I like to put fat on the side of the butt as well. And if you do it again, you're compromising your lateral projection. So unless absolutely there's no other way around it, split them up, you'll get better results.
طبعا دكتور مارتن قال انه هو ما يحب يسوي عملية شد البطن مع تكبير ارداف. انا صراحة اسويها لان حنسوي شفط دهون، شفط الدهون بدل ما نرمي الدهون هذه بنحطها، فلو حتى دابت لو جزء منها بقي يكون برضه كويس. I was just telling them like in my practice, because I'm doing the liposuction anyway, so I usually inject the fat in the buttocks and I tell people to sleep on their back. And I warn them from the beginning, like some of the fat or most of it might disappear, but it's better than throwing it away. Because I don't store fat at all. Like in my practice, I don't store fat. Some people used to store fat and then they do liposuction abdominoplasty, then they bring them back in a month or so and they inject all the fat. In my opinion, all the fat you inject later on is just waste of time. It's like a filler. It will disappear with time. There's a question: how do you counsel patients with regard to cup size and upper back pain? Do you give them a limit?
No, I don't find this to be a problem. It's pretty rare that a patient with large breast implants comes back and says that they have back problems. People can have that. People have it all the time, whether or not they have breast implants. Like I said, I do a lot of breast implants. I do probably 400 cc's and above. I have patients with 600, 700, 800 cc implants, and I have not had them come back and say that they want to change for smaller because now they have back pain.
Wow, I think the biggest implant I've done is like 450. My range is between 250 and 450. I've never done anyone above 450.
450 is probably my average. My median is 450. I rarely go below 300.
And I noticed that you use a lot of saline implants. Is that patient preference or that's your preference?
I love saline implants for many, many reasons. And it probably is that, patients that want saline implants tend to seek me out. So it's a little bit of both, but I find we don't talk people into salines. Most people ask for saline.
Okay. Honestly here, I think I haven't done a saline implant for the past maybe 3 years.
I tried to do one in Kuwait and I was told they don't exist. They don't make them anymore. I'm like, yes, they do. I use them a lot. But as far as Middle East is concerned, Middle East suppliers are like saline. I didn't know they make those anymore.
No, here you do have them, but you don't have a big variety of sizes because no one is asking for them.
Yeah, the other thing I found in Kuwait, it's all high profile. Like if I ever want to use a moderate profile, they're like, what's a moderate profile? Never heard of that before.
I think because of the BMIs, like most of the people with BMI is high, so they need high profile for things to show up properly.
True.
There is a question. Where did it go? Oh, I lost it. Can you do lipo while awake? That's the question.
You can do any procedure that you want awake as long as the area is small. So when you do awake, you do what's called local anesthesia. You inject the freezing, the medication. The thing is that medication, like all drugs, has a toxic dose. So if you use too much of it, it can become toxic. So if you try to freeze it too big of an area, it's a problem. If it's something small, Yeah, you can do small lipo. I do facelifts on the local, total, not even IV sedation, because you're able to freeze specific nerves, do a little field block, and the face is a pretty small area. You can have a completely numb face and do the surgery with the patient being completely awake. Now, if you try to do a lipo 360 BBL awake, that becomes a little bit of a problem. There are people out there that do that, but to limit their lidocaine toxicity, they do a little bit here, a little bit there. They kind of go slowly. It's a very tedious process, and people ask for local because they think it's safer. That is not safer. It is not any safer than going under general anesthesia and getting it done in a quicker, simpler, timely manner.
I agree. Like, I think doing lipo arms is okay. Doing maybe an inner thigh is okay. A small volume lipo abdomen is okay. But for me, never back and never thighs. They always need to have a GA at these locations.
The back is very fibrotic, so for the local to spread is very difficult. It's going to be impossible to really freeze. It's going to be a very, very painful procedure if someone tries to do the back on the local.
There is a question from someone say, which would you recommend first, the BBL or a tummy tuck?
BBL, because if you do a tummy tuck, you're wasting all the good fat you would use for the BBL.